Alright, so now that we kept you waiting, guys, let's talk about the real reason we're here. Go ahead, Sean. Let them know.
So Fallout 4 was shown at this conference today, and it blew my socks off. It literally blew my socks off.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was a joke.
But
Yes, thank you, drummer. But yeah, it was awesome, dude.
So tell me about it.
I had multiple nerdgasms while watching this stuff.
What were the specifics of what you liked?
Okay, first of all, so they started off by showing the intro to the game. You know, showing you how you do your create a character and kind of. Which was I thought was very.
Go into depth with that. Tell us about what
Now,
they will see.
It seemed like the way it happens is it was very normal, and it wasn't like. It didn't seem like it was too forced on you. Like it seemed like it was part of what was just naturally happening. I mean, because they have to have it set up some point where you fix your character.
So it's not like Skyrim where it's a scale. Like pick a scale of one opposite end of the spectrum. It was more where you can actually tailor just by molding your person's face.
Yeah.
Clicking on the selection, like you had highlighted selection, chin, face, nose, and even the.
I'm assuming you do triggers or left and right and go through it.
Yeah.
The thing that it reminded me of, and this is, I think this is funny, is it reminded me of Mario 64 when you're grabbing Mario's nose and pulling it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
Menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I thought that was really cool.
That's a good concept. Even the NPC, which is another character you can play as. You can either play as a girl or a guy. And the NPC will go ahead and they'll talk to you. Like his nose gets kind of bigger and he goes, "Oh, honey, I like your nose," or something like that.
Oh, yeah, or honey, what do you think? Should I
get a beard?
Should I leave the beard today, or something like that?
Yeah.
And she goes,
"Okay,
yeah." And then it jumped over to show you that you can play as the girl, and it was like, honey, it's my turn. I need to use the mirror. Stop hogging it. It's my turn. I need to do it. So you could then rotate out to a girl.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
It's smooth dialogue, so I like that. And it's not just like pick and choose. Okay, like face value. It's just, all right, this one, how do you want to look? Let's go.
And then what the coolest thing about that aspect is that based on what you choose for your man and woman,
you can choose one, but you can customize both
of them. Yeah, and so depending on what you choose, your baby will have looks that are like coming from both of them. So that's really cool. You could make a freaking butt ugly child if you want to, probably. Like make the woman look.
I'm assuming this child is gonna come back since you don't really see him out of the vault. I think he's gonna.
There possibly could, yeah. Todd Howard did say that you are the only surviving member of the vault, so maybe that's just like putting us off the trail for right now.
Yeah.
But you never know. So the baby could come back later on. But that's really cool though, how they actually use what you're doing at that moment and they have it change something in the game. That early in the game, having your decisions change the game already, that's awesome. That's more Fallout.
That's really cool.
And then to continue with that, they go right into it with somebody knocking on your door and from Vault Tech, and they're trying to check and verify information, letting you know that the vault's ready. We just have to do this verification of your ID, And I thought it was great how they did that. I thought that was really cool, a really savvy way to put that all in there. I thought that was really neat.
I thought it was smooth. I thought it was a great way to just kind of throw it in there, make it real quick, but make sure the game still was flowing in its natural state.
Yeah,
they took the character as if the story was progressing, whereas in Fallout 3 you looked at a book, the skill book, and you just kind of like, okay, yeah, this one.
Yeah, and it was it wasn't as natural as this seemed. And the first thing you notice from doing all this, how it is pretty natural, is you notice that there's a couple things. Is one, your conversations with the guy, and it's totally different than the other one. It wasn't this janky, like they just stop and zoom right into his face. No, the camera. It was like they kept. Todd Howard kept on saying the word dynamic, so I'm gonna say the word dynamic. It was like a dynamic. Camera angle, and like he was like the camera was like going into the conversation, but also kind of around it and changing viewpoints to go to your character when you're talking to him. So I thought that was really cool. It was different. It was a little lighthearted in the sense like it's not the same thing over and over again, and you could take it with grain of salt, and just be kind of like, all right, well maybe I want to talk to him right now, maybe I don't. And he even said you could walk away from it.
Right.
And then
you can even do it in first person or third person.
Yeah.
And it's however you want to do it. Even during conversations, you he said you can walk away.
Yeah, so that's like really cool. I like how that camera angle worked, and I like how that all worked. So that was really cool. The next thing that I really loved from this footage is they actually showed some gameplay.
Yeah,
they showed some
gameplay. They showed off the art.
Man.
They showed off the art.
Saying the art was showing.
I wasn't enticed by that. I was like, you know what, that's kind of cool.
What,
I want to see something
the
more,
art though, I understand why they did the art though, because they're trying to show you how detailed they are about this game. And me as a fan of Fall, I already know that, you know. But they're just wanting to reiterate the fact that they're so detailed with the like just the names of certain buttons on consoles that you can't even use them, but they're all throughout the world, you know. So they're being very detail oriented. But they showed the fighting, the gameplay, and they showed you shooting things and tearing up things and. Oh, it was great, man. The gunplay from third person and first person looked better. More. It looked better defined. It was defined in a better manner. More.
The VATS seemed to be a lot more precise, and it seemed to work smoother.
And you know what I noticed about VATS is that it didn't stop time completely. It slowed it down a lot. So the guy's still running at you, but it's just not at the same speed. So you can still choose what you're gonna do. And that's really cool. I like how a slight little change, and I'm still gonna use VATS like all the time, you know.
Yeah.
That was great. They also showed off right in the middle of their presentation on Fallout. After showing like the gameplay, they talked about your Pip-Boy, you know.
Yep.
And how they changed some things around. They showed how like some of the perks or the special attributes. They had a little like image, and in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, they're just the image that's drawn there. Nothing happens to it. But in this one, like they showed the guy walking for.
It's animated.
It's animated.
Alive.
Yeah, and I like that. That was a great touch. But then they also talked about the music and how it can definitely enhance the situation.
Yeah.
So they started playing a song.
Was freaking awesome.
Yeah, they started playing a song.
Well, started from the beginning when he like talks to his dog. He's sitting down. He's like, "Let's go fuck some shit up."
Yeah, he tells his dog that, and I was like,
dude.
"Oh, that's awesome!" And the guy, and then Todd Howard says, you know, this music can definitely heighten the situation. And they just start showing more about the music and the fighting and the gunplay. They also start talking about how you can mod your weapons. There's 50 base weapons in the game.
Yeah.
That's a lot of weapons. That's great. And 700 modifications that you can create.
And the way that you modify this is you go around and you pick up your items that you can use, you mess around with in the world, and you materialize it, and you break it down. You get steel, wood, whatever you need, and then you make those parts. So that's awesome. I think that's awesome. That reminds me of Skyrim, where you go around and you gotta collect like wood, or you gotta collect like conundrum, or you gotta collect cogs or something like that.
Yeah.
And you actually make your weapons at the blacksmith and the armor too. So that's cool. Not to mention what I else like is the fact that you can command your dog. 'Cause I heard a lot from you that either your dog would get killed in the third one, and he'd get stuck in the doorway and you can't get past him.
Well, there's things like that would happen, and it looks like they've with this ability to command your dog. It's gonna fix some of these problems. Yeah. So, like, let's say if you're trying to snipe bad guys or shoot bad guys from far away, you don't want to shoot your dog, but sometimes that happens. You'd have to have a perk in there called spray. I think that's the perk where you don't hurt with friendly fire. Yeah, but you can actually shoot your friend, them. And this one though, so you can, like, if you did get stuck in a doorway and something was like, and you couldn't get away, you can go over there, and they'll go over there. Or you can say or let's say in another situation where there's something over there, you can say go pick that up. He'll pick it up, bring it to you. Yeah. That's really cool. They're making
a use out of this.
Even more of a use. Yeah.
Companion.
Yeah. So the dog was awesome. That aspect was really cool.
I'd like also, not to mention, you're making this world seem more alive. And what I mean by that, you can go to these different regions and you can pick a spot, and based on the materials, you basically like create your own house, create your own little fortress.
It's Fallout. It's the Sims Fallout version.
It's cool. Yeah. And then like you can fortify your base.
Yeah.
Put up turrets, put up flamethrowers. They show up a bunch of really good gameplay.
It's like a tower defense / The Sims built into the Fallout game, which is perfect because this is kind of something you want to do in this type of situation.
Yeah. You know? Like you need a place to kind of come back to when you're in the middle of the game, where you need to kind of collect your thoughts, build some more weapons, get materials, stuff like that. And this is the place you need to do. But on the flip side of that, this is a real, natural state of things. There's going to be people coming to try and attack you at all times.
So you got
maybe
the
not at
tower
all
defense
times.
aspect in there.
So you have the time and defense aspect there, and that's what's really cool. And it's not just you can create one, but you can create multiple and you have safe spots.
They said that Todd Howard said that there's multiple spots throughout the map where you can do this, which is awesome. So you can create up like 4 of them, 5 of them, and create your settlement kind of ring.
Also caravan
have all your caravans from all
of
them. Yeah, and I think that's great. That adds another aspect to this game that I'm gonna really dive into. That I'm just gonna be now. That's another 100 hours spent on my game now. Instead of 300 hours, it's gonna be 450 or something.
Yeah.
So
that's what's really cool. Also with building up your fortress.
And they can move in.
Cool.
They can move in. You have the
curate your own town, maybe.
You could have more settlers come in, so people from other towns can now move to where you're at. I just think the options, what they're doing with this one, and that's kind of one of the good things that you get from this being on this new gen. You get bigger hard drives, you got more memory, you got more power, so you can add all this stuff in there and really truly make the Fallout game with all the different aspects to it that everybody wants. And I'm glad that they are doing this kind of stuff and not trying to force multiplayer down our throats or something like that.
It stays true to their game.
Stay true to the game, but do some different things.
Doesn't try to be like every other game.
Yeah,
it's involving multiplayer.
And they're not trying to recreate the wheel here. You know what I mean? Like you have some of this tried and true product, and now they're just adding to it. Yeah, making things that they've been working on for over 4 years on this game.
Yeah, they even said they started working on this game after
2009. In 2009. Yeah. He said, so I'm assuming from 2009 to the end of 2011, 2012, because Elder Scrolls, they stopped working on it once their DLC hit, right? Or one of the DLCs, I can't remember which one. And that was like the end of 2011 or beginning of 2012. So from that point on, they were working on Fallout 4, no matter the whole time, the whole team. But before that, though, I'm sure they were working on story, plot, setting, and they were probably also going around to Boston and mapping everything. You know what I mean? So they can get ready for this one. And they did a great job with that. One little cool thing, I forgot to mention this when we talked about the Pip-Boy.
You can play games on it.
You can play games on it. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. You had a little.
Oh man, you had a Space Invaders.
Yeah, Space Invaders.
And Donkey Kong.
With Pip-Boy and the Ghoul, which was actually pretty cool.
That was so cool.
I was like, dude, that's so reinventive. That's cool aspect to that.
It's kind of in Grand Theft Auto 5, tennis or golf.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's meta. It's a game inside the game. It's kind of like making it more realistic in a sense. We all have phones, we all have this kind of stuff, and they have other aspects to them that we could use it for, So why not make the Pip-Boy have more aspects, more things
that you're gonna spend all your time on?
No.
I'm pretty sure there's an achievement where you can get high scores based for playing
really
these games.
Yeah,
they've got to incorporate something like that.
They should put Snake on there.
Yeah, they should do that with little beavers, with little rat beavers.
Instead of snake, you call it gecko or something, but and have geckos running around or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's a neat feature and just something that really adds to the game itself.
There's 2 other things that I want to talk about. Okay, but before we get too far away from it, how we're talking about
the customization of
weapons.
Like that.
We also have customization of armor, which is awesome.
So it's
really, awesome.
Is it really? I don't really think that it's your personal armor. I think it's just the power armor.
I think it's the personal armor too. But the thing, though, I think it's gonna be kind of you can use these items to create this type of shield to connect to the power armor. But at the same time, they also changed up how your armor is gonna be on you. It's not just one piece from head to toe. From neck to toe, because before you were
your shoulders, head, body, legs.
Now you can define it to left arm, right arm, legs, chest, head. Before it was body and head. That was it. But now you can customize that, and I'm sure you can. I bet you're probably gonna have to find designs in the wasteland oh, I found a new design. This one's for a different type of power armor.
A new blueprint.
Yeah, a new blueprint, and so that'd be cool.
You can even put flames on your power armor too. I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that on when they were doing it. One of the left shoulder armors changed color.
Yeah,
it went to like a yellow.
They also had like a hot rod style askew to the body armor.
Oh, really?
On the chest piece, yeah.
I didn't see it because they did it real fast, so the yellow part caught my eye.
Yeah.
But that's really cool. I think that's awesome because it allows you to put a little bit of your personality into it.
Yeah.
But also just you can make it stronger and things like that. That's
right. Cool. Yeah. So when they're showing off the defense of your fortress, you can literally put like a flame jetpack onto your power suit.
Yeah.
And that's freaking cool, man.
Yeah. Oh, they're changing up movement. They're changing up your individualism in the game, and they're adding things to it. Not changing it up in a sense like tearing it down. They're going from the point they're at and making it better.
Yeah.
You mentioned the jetpack. You also have more verticality in this game in the sense that there was a point where he threw a grenade or something, but it wasn't a grenade. It ended up being smoke. And then a vertibird came. A vertibird came. He got on the vertibird with his turret to go shoot at things. And I was like, so I'm wondering, I wonder what the story is going to be in this game that you're going to play that
will allow you,
and how that's going to connect to you doing all this other stuff, or is this going to be just a free roam game? Fallout series, they're always but they're always having a good story, something there that you connect to. So I want to find out more about the story.
Same.
Todd Howard said they're not getting into that tonight. I'm sure there'll be at least one more big trailer before it comes out, before it releases.
Or the next 2 weeks, there's going to be some kind of information.
Yeah, we'll have to find out more about the story later. But these options are so cool, throwing a grenade, getting a vertibird, customizing your armor, customizing your guns, building up a settlement, putting turrets and having this tower defense for your settlement, or
making
for all of them.
Making sure that the technical aspects of the game, make sure you're not able to shoot your dog, making that something else from Fallout 3 that used to be a problem.
Having your dog help
just that,
and they got back, and then you still have the kill cams, which are awesome. The VATS kill cams, those are great. They're doing just so much what they're doing. Like I said, they're not recreating the wheel. They're going from their point of a proven product and adding things that are additive and positive.
Right.
Not, we got to retool the whole thing. No, you don't have to retool it.
A whole new engine, starting from scratch.
Yeah. So I'm really happy with what they showed. Speaking about what... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was really happy with what they showed. And...
so coming from the fact that I've only played Skyrim, which is the first Bethesda game I've ever played. I did try Oblivion, I did try Fallout 3, and those were not my cup of tea, for various reasons. So just don't judge me. I know, guys. I know Bethesda fans just hate on me all day. But
it's okay.
Fallout.
I still respect you.
Fallout 4 really impressed me, guys. So I'm looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to getting that Pit-Boy from that Clutch Edition.
Yes. Let's touch on that in a second, though. Before we get to that,
you gotta get that one from that.
But before we jump to that, though, there was a piece of information that they did in the middle of the Fallout section when they were talking about the Pit-Boy, and they mentioned how there is an app that they created that you can play. Essentially, it's like Dungeon Master type of Sims.
Yeah. So.
And it looks freaking awesome.
So.
Oh my God! They created 2 video games.
So they realized that games are transferring to mobile. A lot of games are transferring to mobile now. So they went ahead and created what's called Fallout shelters. And what that is that you're basically the overseer of a vault.
Yeah.
And you take care of your individual people. You go to your vault. You have to make sure that you have your kitchen. You have your engineers. You have your water treatment facility in there, and you just see it stack up, and in all these different places you have different people. And not only that is that the people actually have these stats, so you go out there, you can have them make if you want to, which boosts their charisma. Do that.
It looks really fun and interesting, and
you have a wasteland. It tells you like their journal, reads their stats, they increase their stats, come back and keep increasing stats, and you just kind of take care of them as an overseer. So it looked kind of interesting.
It looks really great to be the type of game that'll be on a mobile platform where you can play for 15, 20 minutes, whatever, while you're waiting for a doctor's appointment or you're on your break at work. and you can probably, I'm sure you can save it. It'll save your progress.
You don't even have to be like connected to Wi-Fi to play.
Yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. So you don't have to be connected to Wi-Fi to play it, but I'm wondering when you save it, does it save it to the phone or does it save it to the cloud?
It's gonna save it to the phone.
Yeah. So that how much gigabytes is that now?
That's true.
Yeah. So it still looks really cool. It's only with iOS because they partnered with Apple to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm a little disappointed because I'm an Android guy and I'm never gonna have an Apple iPhone. I don't imagine I'm ever gonna have one. I might have to get one just for this now, though.
Switching over.
Shoot.
So, guys, that Fallout Shelter actually comes out tonight. If you own an Apple
should be out right now,
iPhone, your Apple 4 and up, we'll have it on the App Store. That will download. So make sure you download that tonight, guys.
Yeah. And let's keep going with this thought with the whole this new app they did with that. They also created another app phone that replicates and uses the same code as your Pip-Boy.
That's correct.
In the game.
So
and the reason for this?
The reason for this is because they're going to be adding your very own special edition Pip-Boy in the collector's edition of Fallout 4.
Yeah, it's going to be called Fallout 4 Pip-Boy Edition. You're going to get a Pip-Boy and you can fit, they said, in one of the after shows, the Bethesda after show, he was telling Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb, which they did a great job tonight. Adam Sessler is one of my, I admire him a lot in this industry. He's a great guy. And he was telling them that the inside where the glass is, where on your Pip-Boy, the way it's sized as foam and it can be manufactured or fabricated, I guess, in a sense, it'll adjust to most normal sized smartphones. Yeah. So once this app comes out and you have the game, you can go and do cosplay.
You can open the Pip-Boy, inject your, do your phone, fucking play Fallout Shelters on your phone.
Well, the app, no, that's a different app though. There are two different apps, I think.
But that's correct. But you can still use Fallout Shelters in your Pip-Boy.
Yeah, while you're doing that,
like
or you
being
can
a meta within the meta,
So, or you can do just use the regular one. You can check your ads, your perks, and all that kind of stuff.
See, if that actually works in game.
I wonder if that app is connected to your actual game.
That would be dope,
and
right?
So like all your stats that you're looking at are actually your in-game guy, your character, your protagonist. That's really cool.
That'd be a smart idea.
It's like all these other apps that are like the Destiny app, Destiny app.
Correct. And
you have your gears and stuff like that. Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be like that. But see, if it is, I think the aesthetic though for this one. I'm sorry, I know you love Destiny. The Destiny or even Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, because they had it for Advanced Warfare as well. Like you can change your.
Oh, I just never used that.
Yeah, I actually deleted it because I needed more space on my phone. But but this one has a better aesthetic. Like it matches the game perfectly because it's exactly what's in the game,
Right.
So I think that's awesome. Code. Yeah, I think that's awesome. That is awesome. The collector's edition, awesome. That you're gonna be able to dress up and cosplay with this Pip-Boy.
Yeah,
is awesome.
I need to do that tomorrow.
The Fallout Shelter app. I'm disappointed that I can't play it, but it looks awesome. So
I'll let you play my phone.
Yeah, you'll let me borrow your phone. Or actually, my mom has.
Porn.
My mom and my sister both have.
Just kidding.
Have. No, I'm not gonna download any of that stuff. My mom and my sister both have, iPhones that are high enough that I can get this game, the app, the Fallout Shelter. So maybe I'll just borrow one of their phones for a while. But I think that kind of wraps up all of that information, everything that we got from this and we saw from this. The biggest thing that came out this tonight, I don't know if it's the biggest thing.
It's not the biggest
thing. But it's something, it's huge though. The whole thing for about Fallout was huge.
Yeah.
So this is right up there with it is the release date.
Yeah, so we're looking at 11/10 of this year, guys. That's November 10th
of this year. I knew it was going to come out this year, and I'm so happy. I remember seeing and hearing that when Fallout 3 was announced, it came out like that year, like 6 months later or something along those lines. When it was like officially shown, it was like, 6 months later it's out. And so I was like, it's going to come out this year. But the way that Bethesda's kept this under wraps, there's no reason for them to push it back another year. And I was like, please come out this year. And I'm going to be such a happy Fallout fan later this year.
I'm now looking forward to Fallout because of how much they showed and all the things they're doing. And it's very enticing, I got to say. I was pretty amazed.
Yeah, I was. Oh man, I was getting goosebumps. My jaw was dropped.
Nerdgasms.
I had multiple nerdgasms. It's not even possible for men to have that.
We're getting the shakes.
I was like, oh my god. And
yeah,
I was
this
like,
is your game, dude. You gotta be hyped.
I looked at the website. The website had crashed because I'm assuming everybody was on there trying to see if this Pip-Boy edition was already for pre-order. So I'm gonna be getting at least two of the Pip-Boy editions. I'm probably gonna get one for PC and one for Xbox because I'm gonna want to use the PC version to mod and everything. And also, just two of them, just in case one of them doesn't come to me, or I could just keep one in the box and never touch it.
If you give one to me, I mean, I want this thing too.
You could reserve your own.
Oh, damn, okay.
Oh man,
oh, we're friends.
It's like Lego my Egos. Like nobody touches my freaking Fallout stuff. You know, like man.
Taco Bell like nacho.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, guys.
We had a great time with this one today.
Yeah. They did a really good job for their first conference. So
I will say this. Everybody else has their work cut out for them right now. The most anticipated game of the year, Fallout 4, and everything they showed in this conference, it's going to be really tough to beat it. In the after show, they said, someone tweeted to them that, or not them, but somebody, I forget which one, I was watching like 2 after shows, and somebody sent in a comment that said, after this today, the only game that would be able to top Fallout 4's announcement conference in the conference today showcase would be as if Valve came out and said Half-Life 3's coming. You know, like, and I was like, they got a point, like, because I honestly don't think there's going to be a single game for the rest of the next couple days that's going to be able to top what happened today. I look forward for a game trying to, because the better the announcements, the better the games, the better for us, because we love video games.
Yeah.
So
that wraps up our post E3 Bethesda conference discussion. So make sure to download Fallout Shelter for your Apple iPhone if you own one. Don't forget, we'll post a link to the demo.
The beta for Battlecry.
Beta for Battlecry. And tomorrow at 10 a.m. we have starting Microsoft. And
9 a.m. 9 a.m.
I'm sorry, 9 a.m.
Their conference starts at 9 a.m. We'll be doing a little video, probably a lot shorter than this one today, but we'll be doing something afterwards, correct?
Yeah, we'll be doing a post afterwards. Give you some preview of, or give you some
thoughts and analysis,
and even maybe generate some images about what went on in it. Once again, I'm Ben.
I'm Sean, guys.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube video if you enjoyed our discussion. Stay tuned to this coming's E3.
Yeah, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and we'll talk to you guys later. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Great night tonight.
Alright, we'll see you soon, guys.
Bye-bye.
Ready to fuck some shit up?
Got a doll baby, I love her so. Nothing else like her anywhere you go. A man, she's anything but calm. The regular kind size atom bomb. Atom bomb, baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want her to be. A million times hotter than TNT. Atom bomb, baby, loaded with power. A radioactive at TV's tower. A nuclear fission in the soul. Loves with the electronics and
It's good to be back.